G'day, fellas, and welcome to game number 2 of Outback Octagon 4. Today, we got ourselves some new civilizations. In fact, we got one right now. They're having a little bit of a... Oh my god, he took his town center position! I don't think we've ever seen that before in the history of Outback Octagon. One player has cancelled their town center and another player has moved in. Just when we thought Louis MT had rolled the dice and got double sixes, it turns out he actually got a 1 and then another 1. And now he's just running into one player followed by another player. Louis MT's in a bit of trouble here. Let's introduce our players for today. Spawning on the east side of the map in the color green, playing as the Order of the Dragon, we've got Numidan. And to his west in the color blue, playing as the Abbasid, we've got Matiz. In the south, all by himself, playing his lonesome English, it's Myriad. To his north, in the color orange, playing as the Ottomans, it's Donati. Oh no. Oh no. In the color pink, playing as the Golden Horde, with 2 boars. God, you better hope he doesn't get found. Oh, Louis, if someone finds you, you're in a lot of trouble. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Louis MT. Oh, God. Lord have mercy on Louis MT this game, please. Oh, the king's coming out. Oh, Lord. Anyway, in the color yellow, we've already seen him get up to some shenanigans early on. It's Voldemar. And in the north of the map, in the color purple, playing as the Mongols, it's Demu. But of course, there is one that is missing. There is one that you have not seen. There is one who is more isolated than all the others. Ladies and gentlemen, on the southwest side of the map, hidden away where nobody sees, playing as the Byzantines, it's me, Omega. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Outback Octagon number 4. This is Nomadic Tarns. Fortunately for Louis MT, the boar... Oh god, that king needs to be careful. The boar stayed away from... Oh, is he going to tank it with the king? Normally you want to tank it with the king, because the king will heal itself over time. So it looks like he's going to be doing that. I think he may have lost a villager. Either that or he starts with 1 less villager because he's playing the Golden Horde. Now, Louis MT is going to be our focus, at least for the early part of this game. I will say that right now, just because, well, I don't know how much longer he's going to be in this game. He's in a bad spot. You know, often when it comes to Outback Octagon, we pick favorites. We pick favorites. Who do we think is going to win? Who do we think is going to die first? And Louis MT, you answer both of those questions. Why are you going to die first? Because you're trapped between everybody. You got the worst spawn out of everyone, and you're the slowest out of the gate. You had to move. You moved from here to there, back to the middle. But there's one saving grace for Louis MT, ladies and gentlemen. He is playing the Golden Horde. Oh, you picked a fight with the wrong board. No, he hasn't. Oh, Louis, you be very careful, my friend. Louis, your king. 52 health, Louis. 38 health, Louis. Okay, he's all right. Nice micro coming out from Louis. Does a decent job here. He's got 2 boars under the town center. He's okay. Jeez, that boar was getting plus 50 population almost right then. Could you imagine 5 minutes into the game if we saw Louis MT go down to a boar? I mean, I can imagine it. Anyway, why is Louis MT also the favorite to win this game? He's the favorite to win this game because he's playing the Golden Horde. If he somehow manages to get out of this alive, he is going to win this game. This civilization is a whole nother level of broken. I don't think we've ever seen a civilization as broken as what they are in FFA as we see the Golden Horde. Now, there's a couple of saving graces for that statement as well. Number 1, he's only got access to a single additional landmark. So where he puts that landmark will very much depend on how this game goes. If I was him, I'd be putting it right in the corner. I'd be walking it away as far as I could from any of these damn people, because it is incredibly important that it's safe, because you've only got 2. You play just like the Abbasid, just like the Ayyubid. So we'll keep an eye on him. And what do we got going on here? Looks like Numidan going for a little bit of a stroll. You've got to be particularly careful in situations like this. Numidan is very far away from the main town center, and I take you back to a certain game that Beastie managed to catch someone's king just a little bit too far away from their town center, and it resulted in them dying within the first 5 minutes. It's definitely possible. It's happened before. And I suspect it may happen again. Perhaps not in this game, but perhaps in this Outback Octagon. Let's check back in with Louis and see how he's doing. How's he working towards the edge? Oh, he's going for it. He's committing. He says, you know what? We're just going to stay right here in the middle. We got age up starting to come through for players, though. In the south, we got Myriad aging up. Abbey of Kings. How we doing on the Byzantine side for Mio Maker? Nothing yet. He's got the gold, though, so plenty of action down here shortly. I'm confident. Donardi yet to click up just yet. But one of the great things about Don's position, he's decided to make a few docks. Now, the map, of course, is nomadic tarns. We don't have any deep sea fish, or deep water fish, sorry. But we do have the shoreline fish, which are definitely not as good, but they're still good. They're still fancy. It's just a little bit wet. Anyway, new ages are beginning all across the map. Abbey in the north as well. How are we doing here for our Mongol player, Daimyo? No age up just yet because he is on water, so he'll be a little bit slow out of the gate. Abbasid aging up Eco Wing. Numidan putting down the second TC already on the Order of the Dragon. Arkan Chapel, beautiful little spot that he's got right here. Does he hit the gold with this? Let's double check. No, he doesn't hit the gold. He's got enough space for the farms. There's a part of me that thinks maybe that Arkan Chapel should have been right next to the TC. Conqueror 3s, leave your comments down below. Let us know. Should have it been right next to the TC just to hit that gold? Probably not. You want the farms. The farms are going to last you all game. This isn't a 1v1. You know, we're going to be playing hour-long games here. We need to make sure our farms are in prime position. Louis MT's got the king out once again. I love that he's just leaving the king out. Just getting some fresh air. Just in case. Age up coming through for Louis MT. What's he going? He's going with the Khan and the Torgoods. Louis MT. Show us what the Golden Horde is all about. Can it happen? Will it happen today? That is the question that we look to answer. Meanwhile, towards that top side of the map, age up's now coming through as well for Daimyo. Mio Maker aging up. Hippodrome. Interesting choice here. Opting for a Hippodrome on the south side of the map. Second TC. Also going to be coming up for Myriad as well. So we haven't really talked much about, you know, positional favorites because we've obviously said, you know, the first player to be eliminated, it's Louis MT, but the player who's also going to win here is Louis MT. That's because of his civilization. Who's got the best position here? There's a part of me that thinks Myriad. He's got really nice space. But at the same time, I really like this position for Mio Maker. Now, he does have a little bit... Oh, he's got a big problem. He's got a big problem. Akratoy Defenses does come out to help him. The age up should get through. The king should commit here just because of the proximity to that age up. But you can see he's going to take a lot of damage from that Akratoy Defenses. Plenty of vills being pulled on this south side. Hippodrome will come up for him. Doesn't look like any vills have gone down yet. A couple of them low health. The mercenary house going to come up as well. Aggression early on in this game. This is a relatively balanced fight as well down here on the south, so we'll be sure to keep an eye on it. I think from a positional perspective, though, no one's really favored here. Maybe Daimyo to an extent, just because he's got neighbors, but at the same time, he's got like a pocket that he can play from. And I think that's really powerful in FFA. Having a wall that you can put your back against. Having a wall that you can say, I know I'm not going to get attacked from here. I'm going to be okay from this position. And it just kind of, it allows you to really just leverage and push off. So we'll see whether or not he does that. Second TC also coming up for Daimyo here. Performed very well in the first game. I'll say that right now. Almost came out with the victory. Don't want to spoil it for you folks who haven't seen it just yet, but it was a very good game. Louis MT still standing by here in the middle and going with a double stable. Is Louis MT potentially looking for first blood here? Could be an option. Hold on. Is there an age up coming through and I just can't see it? What's this all about? You guys see this as well, right? I'm not the only one. Oh no, he's training units. That's why. He's training some Torgoods. That's probably why it's showing us that progress bar. Doesn't actually show us the Torgoods because the UI has got it like over. I don't know if you can see my mouse cursor. It's like all the way over here. We can't show it. If you get enough things in queue, you can see it. I'll say that right now. But yes. Okay, so yeah, I think realistically in this game, there doesn't really seem to be a positional favorite. Everybody seems pretty well competitive in this. Pretty well competitive in the sense that they've got neighbors that they will have to worry about in this game. You know, even Myriad, who looked incredible off the starting line, we'd missed his nearest neighbor, Mio Maker. And now that we've seen that, all of a sudden, it's not so bad. But let's take a look towards this central location. Now, Numidan's just aged up. He's gone up with the Burgrave, not going with the Regnitz here. Could be looking for blood. When it comes to relics, how are we doing? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 relics. That's a good amount of relics. That's how many you expect. Normally, it's players plus 3. So in a 1v1, you have 2 plus 3. So 5 relics. That's normally how it goes. So here we've got 8 players plus 3, 11 relics. Louis just doing what Louis does. This is a bait right here. He's baiting people. He's saying, come on, come have a go at this. Come have a snag of this sausage right here. Don Hardy definitely looking at the sausage and saying, don't mind if I do. You know Don. Typical Don. He's always looking for it. And sorry, Don. We got to give him shit. You know we got to do it. All right. Well, let's check in. So I think at this stage, economically, Mattis is looking very solid. The 3 TC. What? Hold on. What do we got happening right here? We heard that sound. It's probably the king going down. Numidan going to spot out everybody. Going to see positions and say, okay, it looks pretty fair, pretty balanced here. We've definitely got some matchups to be sure. You've got Louis MT facing off against Don. We've got Voldemar facing off against Demu. Mattis against Numidan. And then in the south, Maker against Myriad. It is absolutely fair as fair can get. But Don's now going to do his best to try and stay alive throughout this feudal aggression. There is a huge number of units inside the base. Louis MT really looking to double down. Now, keep in mind, he is still feudal age at this stage of the game. Torgoods are coming through, together with the Batu Khan and a whole bunch of Keshiks, but he's up against Castle Age units. Relics are now starting to come through. Castle Age is coming through for a lot of players here. Myriad aging up in the south. Which landmark has he gone for? He's gone for the White Tower. Nice little spot to keep the king. You can see Richard is inside that White Tower. And now, I think Don could be in a little bit of trouble here. He's got a decent economy. As long as he's able to keep the units coming out and actually do something, he'll be okay. But there's a lot of villages that are idle, and you can see he's chased away. Checking back in with Louis. More units continue to rally out. He's throwing down the fortified outpost as well. Keep in mind, no second town center. It could be the case that Louis is just looking for first blood, and that's it. And he's hoping Don Artie will be the guy that gives it to him. Now, Don is the kind of guy who's going to put up a fight. So you definitely want to think twice before you do it. We got another double boar? How many double boars spawn on this map? It's, oh my God, is it all double? Oh, every boar comes with a friend. Every boar's got a friend. Oh my Lord, every boar's got a friend. Today I learned, okay, all right, I can get behind that. You know, they're kind of like hamsters. Legally, you're required to have 2. You can't have 1. And if one of them dies, you have to buy another one. I think that's how it works. Louis still keeping the king outside of the town center. I don't know what this is all about. Maybe he's just forgotten. He'll forget until the Lancers decide to go over there. Let's see. Lancers could potentially move here. Louis, you better wake up, my friend. All the Vills jump inside. King's still standing out there, though. I love that. The king just standing strong. He's like, nah, I'm fine. I'm fine, thank you. Another relic brought home here for Don. He's up to 2 now. I mean, technically he's up to 2, but they're not yet in the position. King now going to come out the back. Vills being evacuated. And Don okay on the defense. He's going to be fine. No real action anywhere else on the map. To the south, we do have Keshiks making their way through. These are Byzantine Keshiks, though. Keep that in mind. Cataphracts also looking to join in. And the White Tower noticeably absent. Now, this is a great move from a foresight perspective, in the sense that the White Tower is positioned very good for the late game. But right now, it's not positioned well at all. And that could be troublesome. Numidan now, once again, going to pop that king. Okay, Louis finally gets the message and says, okay, all right, we'll put the king inside. Lance is being forced back. Louis, he could be in trouble. That king inside the fortified outpost. Only 1,700 health on that bad boy. Don now going to start rallying in units. Keep in mind, this whole time, he's had access to the water. But this water will not last forever. You can see it is starting to get stretched a little bit thin here. So while the advantage in the early game is definitely there, he's starting to peter out right now. So you do have to be cautious, because that high is wonderful, but once it bottoms out, that's when it's going to be really tough. Down on that south side. Have we got a second TC coming through? Doesn't look like it just yet from Mio Maker. So he's up against an opponent with a bigger economy, but look at the production that's now starting to come down. Myriad could be a little bit behind on this front. Checking back in on that north side. Batu Khan about to go down. The Lancers picking up, and we hear the first of the siege rolling out of the blocks. It's a battering ram making its way through. Meanwhile, over on that east side, we can hear the scout calling out as the crossbow numbers are building. And Numidan, doing something strange, is opting for, I mean, he's opting for infantry. He's obviously gone for the Burgrave, so that obviously makes sense for him to do that. But it feels so weird to see an Outback Octagon and players are making infantry. Normally, it's the 4-legged animals that are moving around, not the 2-legged animals. Checking back in towards this central location, though. Both players definitely keen on fighting this one out. keep in mind when it came to first blood in the first game, Dynasty struck gold. Whether or not he strikes gold again in the second game, we'll have to wait and see. He's a very active player, though, when it comes to aggression. Villagers now make the pop. King comes out as well. He takes a little bit of damage, but he's okay for the moment. Numidan picking up relics and also looking for a little bit of an attack or a little bit of a strike up towards the north here. Now, Demu sits comfortably. No one's bothered him. Obviously, Voldemar not yet to bother him, but Voldemar going for a single TC fast Imperial. I never thought I'd see the day in an FFA, but it turns out Voldemar has changed the way. Oh, hold on. These are yellow units. Excuse me, Voldemar. What are these yellow units doing in our base? We got House of Lancaster Lords just sieging down a town center. And Louis MT, he's in trouble. Meanwhile, towards the north, the Gilded Men-at-Arms escape. Voldemar reaches Imperial Age, and with that, the Shadow Techs come through for the Lords. Louis, it's a sad state of affairs, but we knew exactly where this game was going the moment that it started. He got the best civilization in FFA, arguably. I'm almost tempted to say objectively right now. I think it's in a whole tier of its own, but unfortunately, just didn't get the best start. I can't believe that he cancelled the TC, but I think it made sense, right? You're fighting against House of Lancaster Vills. You're fighting against a civilization, and you're outnumbered. That's the other thing to note, because I think you only start with 4 Vills as the Golden Horde. Because I know in normal games you start with less villagers. On that south side, we've got a bit of a surround that's coming through from Mio Maker. He's doing a wonderful job dealing with Myriad. Myriad's got a pretty big economy behind this. He's at 59 Vills compared to Mio Maker 47. So there's only a 12 Vill advantage, and nice Wallolol attempt right there. I think that wasn't Louis MT going for it. Was that, I think it might have been Don that was trying for it. Don's brought the villagers as well. Look at this. Don really committing to the bit now. He's got the Lancers in and around the TC. All of the villagers going down. The King remains inside. Louis MT fighting to the death here. Where are those Lancers? They need to get close. The King's about to pop out of the TC. Voldemar knows how important it is to get close, and there it is. He makes the connection. Who's going to pick up the kill? The high damage of Don's units? No! It's Voldemar who picks up first blood today. He's in the Imperial Agent. Say it ain't so. I thought we got a second one right there. Louis MT taken out early on. In game number 2 of Outback Octagon number 4, Treb's now starting to work it down as well. Numidan in trouble. Looks like Mattis is getting a little bit upset with the fact that his opponent spawned so close to him. Voldemar now with a little bit of a target on his back. Keep in mind, he's only got the single TC, so he might be a threat right now, but whether or not he's a threat in 20 minutes is going to be a different story. Towards that middle location, there's a relic. Where does Don go from here? How many Vills is Don on? He's on 64 Vills. Don Hardy, where are you pulling 64 Vills from? Treb's now being forced back away. Look at the army size here from Numidan. 86 military population against Matuz, who's only on 27, half of which are trebuchets. And Matuz may have overinvested in the best siege weapon available to mankind. Definitely not the Mangonel. Surely not the Mangonel. Meanwhile, towards that south side, Archer number is building here for Mio Maker as well as he begins to put on the pressure towards Myriad. Myriad with a decent number of units. Spear crossbow, the famed combo, English power. Definitely looking good here. And back towards the town center of Matiz. Infantry numbers continue to build, rallying in. All the men-at-arms, crossbows, spears, plenty of units. King is inside this town center. Numidan looking to try and match that same success he had from game number 1. Imperial Age now coming through for Demu in the north of the map. Keep in mind he's playing OG Mongols, not the overpowered ones. So it means that, well, he's going to have a bit of a tough time this game compared to the Golden Horde, though arguably probably a better time. Slowly sieging down the town center now. We check back in on that south side as the men-at-arms and the crossbow now forcing back the archers, doing a wonderful job here. Myriad on 70 villagers, Mio Maker on 53. Now, one thing to note here is we got ourselves a King going for a little bit of a run. Oh, he gets sniped out! The Gilded Crossbowmen just say goodnight in an instant. Numidan picks up the second kill of the game, 50 population, and finds himself by far in the best position once again. Numidan potentially racing off at the start of this Outback Octagon with a 2-0. Look at this position-wise. He's got his back to the wall. He started with the 2 TC. He picks up an early kill. He maintains his military mass. Every box is ticked right now for Numidan, except for the fact he's not Golden Horde. That's okay. We'll forgive him for that. There was only one allowed. Who will contest Numidan again? Will they allow Numidan to have the same power that he had in the last game? That is a question that we're going to be looking to answer in the next 5 to 10 minutes, because his power spike is slowly rising. 81 villagers. By the way, Order of the Dragon villagers, keep that in mind. These are not your ordinary villagers. Meanwhile, on the south side, Mio Maker doing a strong job in defending here. He's got that Byzantine bonus, empowering him up. Villagers forced away from the front line. He's happy in his little pocket here. He just wants to be left alone. Leave me between the wood lines. I've got a home among the gum trees here. More units now beginning to push through. We can see them rallying out across the map. And it looks like Donati may have caught on to the fact that there is a player in this game unlike the others. Numidan is all alone. He's in the corner of the map, and he's just picked up a kill. Now he's got the opportunity of a lifetime. The opportunity to eco and vibe. To not just farm aura, but to farm, I guess, wheat? Is that what they farm? They farm wheat? Are they just making a whole bunch of bread? I mean, what else can you do with wheat? You're just making bread, right? I think that's it. And then, because the mill, like, flattens the wheat into flour, and then you make bread? Oh, chat saying beer. Oh, that'll be fine. That'll be, Order of the Dragon. Of course they're having beer as well. That's cool. I didn't know you could do that. I've got a friend. He makes his own beer. I'm not a beer guy, right? Like, I drink Red Bull. I have cider as well. Like, there's this Swedish cider that I will absolutely devour because it tastes like juice. But beer, I won't touch it. Anyway, I went over to his house and he's like, yo, try this beer I made. Bro, that beer was insane. Oh my lord, I would actually drink that. Anyway, we'll worry about that later because we got more things to worry about right now as Mio Maker is going to be the third person out of this second game. And the kill goes over to Myriad. Myriad now looking particularly good in this game. A challenger appears. Will anybody face off against Numidan? Myriad says, I will. I will definitely do that. He's got a wonderful spot down here on the south as well. And lots of stone. Have a look at this. Look at the amount of stone that is down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 stone down here. Are you seeing what I'm seeing? I'm seeing the potential beginnings of something wonderful. I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it. I don't want to spoil it. I don't want to say too much. This game is happening live, so I'm just going to say right now, if it happens, it happens because we've got that vision. All right. Walls starting to come up. You can see the battle lines being drawn here as Numidan begins the stone walls very aggressively. I mean, to be fair, these are absolutely fine stone walls, and this is the perfect map for it. Like, I don't know whether or not you can fit units through here. I'm sure we'll find out soon. But Numidan's in such a great spot. Elsbach Palace, the 2 TC opening. His economy is great. He's got just 1 kill, which is all you need. Don't want to attract attention to yourself any more than that, and you're going to get called out. But 1 kill is absolutely enough to, like, let's say if Myriad picked up a kill on Donati, you would still be able to contest him. 300 pop versus 250, absolutely. You can still contest that quite easily. It's harder to go 200 to 250, but the 250 to 300, I always found that was quite reasonable to do. Back up on that north side, though. How's Daimyo doing? Not a whole lot of military out just yet. Been focusing on the economy, been focusing on building up quite a few outposts here as well. So if he's thinking about going for a pop, he's absolutely going to be able to do that here. Keep in mind he's playing OG Mongols, so he can move the TC around if he so chooses. We'll keep an eye on whether or not he actually does, though. Keshik's starting to look good. Now, one other thing to note here is the Donati. Donati's going for it. He's going for it. Decent number of Lancers back here as well. Let's see whether or not he decides to bring them to the party. Now, this should be scouted out here by Daimyo. Whether or not he actually spots it, though, is a different matter. If I'm Donati, I'm waiting for everything to get close, and then I'm unloading the bombard. But it looks like I'm not Donati. Daimyo sees it. He's going to make a move towards the south now. All the battering rams are stuck on a couple of outposts, and they just kind of twiddle their thumbs a little bit. And Don goes, "Oh, yeah, you know what? I shouldn't have brought a ram to a Keshik party. Oh lord, oh lord." There's a lot of cavalry here. They've got their elite upgrades now, and meanwhile on the south side of the map, Don's going to be in trouble. You know, we talked about the prospect of potentially getting taken out by Myriad just a mere minute ago, and it looks like Myriad maybe ringing true with that option. He's got a bit of a weird wood line to get past here, but I suspect he should be able to do it. How does he get through, actually? Is there a way that you do it along the waterline? Maybe he goes around. I think he's going to have to go around the pond to the north of the pond. Let's check back in. Oh, God, Don. Oh, Lord, Don. Somebody call the doctor. He's gonna need trouble. He's gonna need help. He's gonna need help. He's in big trouble. All right, we got more action over on this east side. He's just clearing out the buildings. Just needs himself a little bit more space. Oh, Don, you gotta get yourself a transport ship. Never mind, Don's on the ball, ladies and gentlemen. Don gotta go. Oh, the king popped. He wants it. He's going to go for it. King's going to try. King's going to try. Oh, he's gone for a little bit of a mismatch on the micro. Don, and he goes down. Not like this. Rest in peace, little guy. Demu takes the kill. And with that, we got 3 that are now on 250 population. Actually, I take it back. We're on 4. We got 4 that are on 250 population because Voldemar also picked up the very first kill on Louis MT. There was 4. Ladies and gentlemen, let's reintroduce them and go through it. Sporting on the east side of the map in the color green, our Order of the Dragon player on 106 villages with 1 kill. In the south, in the color red, Myriad on the English with 1 kill, 110 villages. In the north, Demu in the color purple, 111 villages, 1 kill. And Voldemar, 78 villages, English. Oh, sorry, House of Lancaster, 79 kills. Did I actually call him? I may have called him English on the first intro. I don't remember mentioning House of Lancaster. So if I did that, we're 27 minutes into this video now. Sorry. Sorry. Okay, we got ourselves a ball game. 4 contestants, and it looks like they're breaking evenly, which is kind of crazy when you think about it, right? Like, there was a real potential here. I think if Numidan had gotten any amount of knights out, there could have been the potential for a runaway this game again. He could have very easily gone Don Ardi into Voldemar, but he's opted for an infantry army instead. He's playing Order of the Dragon, so it definitely makes sense. But he's going to be up against infantry himself. Huge amount of men-at-arms and crossbow on this south side. Wingard Rangers also getting thrown in. Do we have any siege or siege workshops? There we go. Siege workshop has been spotted out, so expect to see bombards coming through shortly to help out with this. He's got the outpost up here as well, just to provide a little bit of assistance, and now trouble in paradise. Voldemar, huge infantry army. What is going on in this game right now? We are seeing so much infantry. We are witnessing it all. Oh, I see an MVP in the chat. Azriel, how you doing, mate? Long time no see. Hope you're going all right, buddy. Good to see you here, mate. I can't believe it. Azriel, 2025? Say it ain't so. Anyway, we got Keshik numbers starting to build here. Meanwhile, on the back, Mungadai gonna have a look down. Look at the damage that comes out from them as they fire down on that front line. He's saying, don't chase me. Oh, don't chase me. Please don't chase me. Just chase me. He just wants to be chased. Oh, God, it's like high school again, chasing those girls. They always say no. They just want to be chased. Drongo, we've talked about this. You're not allowed to chase the girls, Drongo. Sorry. It's all right. I'm reminiscing. I'm reminiscing. It's all right. Calm down. It's a joke, guys. It's a joke. We didn't chase them. We didn't need to. All right, we got ourselves a little bit more defense coming up on the east side. Yo, Jigglypuff coming in. Thank you very much, Jiggly. Big shout out. Hope you're enjoying all the action that is soon to come. I don't know whether your boy Beastie's playing tonight. We'll have to check the schedule and see whether or not it is, but we're gonna have to worry about other things as now we've got trouble in paradise. The Mungadai firing off towards all this infantry. Look how they've squeezed in between the landmarks as well. We'll keep an eye on that south side. By the way, sacred sites, I don't think we've been keeping track of them. That's the first one that's coming in now. Second one over here. Third one towards this top side. All centrally located here, but definitely not really sacred site worthy. It's going to be hard if you want to try and contest it. But speaking of contesting right now, Demu really looking to contest with Voldemar. Voldemar, I suspect, not going to have much longevity after this one. Trying to work down the Mongol landmark inside of his base. Where's all of the Holy or the Order of the Dragon infantry? It's back here. It's just chilling for the moment. King is inside the White Tower right now. I think this could be it. Demu's in a really good position. Once again, Demu finds himself in a great little spot. King almost certainly going to be going down here. I don't think he's going to be able to survive the onslaught from the Keshiks. And there it is. Demu picking up the second one. Voldemar going down as our fifth kill this game. There's been quite a few of them so far. And now there are two. We had 3 infantry enjoyers and a single cavalry enjoyer. Well, now it's down to 2 infantry enjoyers, and they look certain to face off against each other. Have we got some Lanch connector in here? It doesn't look like it. I can't see those pants. And that disappoints me greatly, because the lunch connector, it makes you excited in a way that you haven't felt like since you were back at school. Sorry, I should stop talking about school. Oh gosh, it's the fact that I used to get Happy Meals. All right, the Ronald McDonald. They got those little leggings. Let's check in with Demu. I want to get a bit of an idea on how things are going up here. He's sitting on the 2 TCs for the moment. Hasn't really scaled the economy that much. 120 vills, about what you'd expect it to be at this stage of the game. I'd love to see him focus on adding a few more vills in, though. I think once you're at about 300 pop, you can definitely afford to move up to that 150 villager mark. Down on that south side, though. Infantry numbers continue to build more. Rallying through here, we can see the villagers now coming up. A bit of a forward base potentially thrown down by Myriad. Up towards this top side. Culverin just chilling. Numidan on 117 vills. What's the game plan for him? Is he just holding on? I think that might be the case. I think he's just holding for the moment. He just wants to wait. I think he wants to avoid any kind of fighting because he knows. He's essentially stuck between a rock and a hard place. He was looking very good early on in this game. But now, 32 minutes through the game, he's got a bit of trouble. To his south, he's got Myriad. To his north, he's got Demu. And it only takes a little bit of squeezing, and these two are going to start working their way towards him. Demu now heading in that direction. Whether or not Demu looks for something a little bit more certain, we'll have to wait and see. In fact, where is the king for Myriad? Oh, he's right here. He's right here. Definitely a smart move by Myriad to be doing this. That was part of my thinking as well with the White Tower. It's like, this is a bit of a weird White Tower spot just because, like, I mean, you can stone wall it in, but it's just, this is a wonderful spot. I like this a lot. Finding his way around Myriad now. A lot of vills just been deleted. Culverin gonna get picked up. This is a nice little victory here for Myriad. Will definitely help him out. Bombard's coming through on the back. Crossbow, hand cannoneers. He wants blood. Have a look at all the gilded crossbow that are up here on the top. Just getting taken out by the rangers on the back. Bombard's now looking for a way to attack the gate. Able to make the connection there. Plenty of health on that bad boy. 3,000. He hasn't picked up the upgrades just yet. And now the Culverin teeing off. Keep in mind these Culverin are just Bombard skinned. They're not the OG Culverin. Now, oh, the real menace makes his voice heard. The Mongols. He begins yodeling. Is that what they call it? What's the, oh no, throat singing. There we go. I just imagine Demu doing that right now. He's sitting in his gaming chair just going. Do they have a war drum? I imagine they'd have a war drum as well. He's probably beating the war drum. And now, the Mongol horde makes its way across the map. He's just picking off villagers for the moment. There's a relic that he could take right there if he wanted to. But the walls have come down. Now, one thing to note is we don't actually have stone walls around the Elsbach Palace. So once these outer perimeter walls have fallen, you've now opened it up to the potential chance that Demu comes in and burns everything down. Now, one thing to note, Elsbach Palace has some unique upgrades. However, they haven't been picked up. We do see all buildings gain +5 fire armor. Not yet picked up. This is quite nice. Also, the extra health on walls, towers, and gates. Not picked up either. So, slate and stone construction would definitely be a nice one to try and grab. Just because, well, it's crazy just how much it reduces the amount of damage you do. We've got 21 torch damage. 6 fire armor. That goes from 6 up to 11. I think there's also another upgrade that you can get that increases that even further. But I'd have to double check. I mean, you've also obviously got the fact that you've got an Elsbach, which just reduces the amount of damage that you take. Bombard's getting sniped out. You can see them trying to make their way back here. Culverin and Mango's starting to build in number. And Numidan looking a little bit scared. He's got not a lot of gold in the bank, interestingly. 160 per minute here, so maybe 2 relics. But he's in trouble. He is absolutely in trouble here. Meanwhile, oh my lord, look at the horde. I tell you what, it's not particularly golden, but it is absolutely a horde. So quick, these Keshiks and Mangudai move. And now the defense is solid from Numidan. He's able to stop this in its tracks. But the infantry number continues to build. The reinforcements are on the way. Myriad with plenty of resources in the bank. You'll see up in the top of the screen here. Both him and Demu have got some good numbers here. But in the end, oh, this could be bad. This could be real bad. Demu maybe looking for a little bit of a 1-2 here. Makes his way towards the Elsbach. The Horde arrives towards the Order of the Dragon base. Surrounds the front of the men-at-arms. Look at the horse archer, or rather the Keshiks, sorry, the Mangudai on the back. We'll get it eventually. The Mangudai on the back just teeing off, having an absolute field day. This may be it right here, right now. Numidan potentially going out at the 36-minute mark. Demu just working his magic, and there's so many units here. The only way the outcome of this changes is if Myriad decides, hey, you know what? I want the kill as well. It's going to take a while for the Elsbach to go down. Let's see exactly how long it is. Keep in mind your Keshiks are healing up. It's surprisingly not going down that fast at all. This is going down a lot faster than I thought. Demu working his magic. I don't think Myriad's going to get here in time. He's trying to work his way through the single bombard. The wall's been deleted. He said, come on in. Save me, daddy. I need some assistance. Emergency repairs coming through. Demu now really looking to 100% win this game here. Right now, if he picks up this kill, he moves into prime position. He's on 300 population max already. This will take him up to 350. Vil's now coming around, looking to potentially repair. But those Mangudai just going to clean them up so quickly. And now men-at-arms, Mangudai about to pop that king. There he is on the ground, and Demu says, how you doing, Myriad? Don't mind if I do a little bit of an English showdown. Don't mind if I do. Ladies and gentlemen, there were two. One in the south of the map with 250 population. The other in the north of the map with 350 population. He's feeling good. He's looking good. He's smelling good. And boy, oh boy, is this horde doing good right now. It is a huge amount of damage that is coming out here. How does Demu look to finish this game? And more importantly, how does Myriad look to potentially win this game here? Because this is a hard spot. I think, realistically, the best play that Myriad has got is going for a King Snipe. Switching completely to cavalry. He has to try and hide this fact from his opponent. I think this is the only way you can do it. The trouble that you've got... Okay, we're fine. We're fine. The trouble that you've got is outposts are starting to dot the landscape. And if the Mongol player can see that you're attacking them with a whole bunch of cavalry, they can counter it. And that's not what you typically want. This is not going to be easy to take down, this position in the south. However, it's much more likely that Myriad just folds because he tries to fight his opponent directly. We've got quite a lot of units coming out for Demu. 162 Vils against the 118 of Myriad. Another thing to note, though, is that Myriad's military, the numbers are still looking quite strong. He's also got a fair bit of resources in the bank, so if he wants to commit to this, he absolutely can. Now, how's he going to play it when it comes to unit composition? I think if you're against this, what combo are you going? Spears, crossbows, longbows? I mean, spear crossbow just feels like the English staple, right? It works so well with the civilization. We've got men-at-arms mixed in here as well. The Wingard Rangers going to supplement the longbows. Hand cannoneers, of course, going to be able to cut through. That extra attack speed really just helps out a huge amount. But now making his way through, Demu with a massive army. 69 Mangudai, 62 Keshiks. Unfortunately, there's no 67. I'm sure it's become a new meme. People like it even more than the old 69 number, but unfortunately, not today. Keshiks now begin pushing forward towards that hand cannoneer mass. They're going to just get obliterated, though. The Mangudai on the back are the real heroes, and look at the reinforcements streaming across the map now. Demu looking incredible. However, have a look at that resource count, though. Have a look at that resource count. Starting to look a little bit worrying here. This is exactly what Myriad wants. The only thing to note is he needs to fight near his reinforcements. He's got reinforcements coming through. It's just taking time for them to get there. They're infantry. They're going to take a little bit longer than those cavalry of his opponent. He needs to get these barracks up. And now overwhelmed on the front. The military pop is going to start to drop quickly. The Mangudai doing a good job. The reinforcements up the rear coming quickly. 22, 23, 25 Keshiks. The number keeps building. A little bit of an attack over towards the west side. Outpost slowly coming up, dotting up the landscape. Exactly what you need to do when it comes to an FFA. You need to make sure you can see absolutely everything. Bombard's getting cleaned up here. And now we got ourselves a good old-fashioned FFA mono-e-mono. How do you find a way to this king? Is there a potential for a snipe? Let's check in and see whether we've got bombards. Bombard. I see 2 so far. 3, 4. 4 bombards so far. 5, 6. 6 bombard emplacements. 6 bombard emplacements is a lot of damage. Actually, are there more in the back? 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, yep. Okay. I don't know if you're going to kill this. You would need probably close to like 150. I'm gonna go like 100 to 150 horsemen. I think would do this. You could probably get away with it for less. Actually, I'm just going back to the good old days of those landmark snipes that we'd see on a certain stone map, and like that was a lot of horsemen that we were witnessing, and they would get through some outposts. Whether or not that clicks for Myriad though is going to be a different story. The economy for him is good. Whether or not that tech switch is going to actually come though is a real different story. Infantry going to hold the front here. He's going to try and do it the OG style. It's always dangerous when you're playing this game up against a player with a lot more population than you. Because the reality is, the longer the game goes, he's just going to keep making vills. He's not making any vills. He's at 200 vills. Actually, he is making vills. I don't know where these vills are coming from. He is making... Oh, he's making traders. Oh, he's making trade... Oh my God, he's making traders. Holy sh... He's making traders. Oh God. Oh Jesus. Oh Lord, Daimyo's trading. Oh my God. So much. That's the problem when you got 350 population is you can do those things. You can do those things. They just let you. You just grab them by the trade route and they just... That's what happens. It's a lot of resources. It's a lot of resources. Whoa. All right. The longer this goes, the worse it gets for Myriad. Outnumbered by a huge amount on the economic front. Daimyo slowly building here. This is scary. Uncontested Mongol trade. So much resource. I can't believe that. 172 gold. Now, back towards the front. Mangadai. Just gonna do the chasing. We're back to the chasing. Back to the chasing meme. Sacred Site's not looking terrible either. I mean, is there a world where you contest Sacred Sites? Probably not. I mean, you could stonewall them in. But I don't see how you're going to ever contest this Sacred Site. If you're contesting that Sacred Site, you've probably already won the game. Numbers looking good here for Myriad now as he begins to push forward. A lovely mix of hand cannoneers together with the Wingard Rangers. And he's got them alternating as well. So far, so good. More reinforcements rallying through here. Economy looking good. Actually, let's compare the economies here. 3.8k. I wish we could see the total. We can't see the total. But we can try and math it. Oh my Lord, that's a lot of gold. 3,000 gold a minute. 6, 7, somewhere in the region of about 8,000, 7,500 roughly. Oh Lord, look at Daimyo. Oh my God, Daimyo is peaking. Daimyo's at like 10k. Daimyo with a lot of resources. Both of these guys got so much gold to their names. That is huge. I mean, to be fair, Daimyo's trading, right? Like, and this is a lot of traders. He's got 53 traders, 53 casual traders, just chilling out, having a good time. That's a lot of traders. And remember, this is like uncontested trade. Like, his opponent is unaware that this is happening right now. Now, he's got the ability to do the same thing, but is it going to be as good as the Mongol trade? Unlikely. Unlikely. But hey, if you can get on the board, it's still good. Infantry now going to push forward. Hopefully we see this forward base rebuilt. Maybe get it up a little bit closer. He's got plenty of vills back here as well. How much wood's he sitting on? 4k wood. Not a bad amount of wood, to be honest. He can definitely look for it. And now pushing up into position. Daimyo sitting at 320 out of 350. Hand cannoneers starting to come through as well for him. So definitely recognizing the fact he's got to mix it up. He can't just keep making cavalry all game. Enemy kind of good against cavalry. Outposts over here. A little bit of an outpost face-off. We've got more outposts coming up. Look at this. Daimyo getting cheeky and sneaky behind enemy lines with the outpost spam. What do we got? We got cannon emplacements coming through. He's looking to drop cannon emplacements everywhere here. And siege down his opponent's outposts. You got to respect a man who's fighting with villagers that way. Daimyo up to 211 economic population now. Huge amount of gold coming through here. 4,500. Outpost. Going to get thrown down on this sacred site. He could potentially look for the cap here. Have we got a monk nearby? In the rear with the gear, potentially. Checking in on those sacred sites. Don't see anything just yet. He could be bringing it forward, though. We'll keep an eye out on it. Myriad with a lot of resources in the bank. I don't think he can contest the town center at the moment. I feel like it's not possible with infantry. If he's got a good number of bombards, maybe he could do it, but... I mean, yeah, it's one of those hard cases. We're right on board here with Daimyo, though. Daimyo now. Moving up with the hand cannoneers. He wants to try and defend on this position. Decent range on this Kurultai as well. You can see it coming out, providing that little bit of assistance, the extra attack damage boost. And now the Mangudai return back. Won't take too long before he completely crushes the opponent. Daimyo now on the defense. The cannon emplacements firing off towards this army. Hand cannoneers need to stay alive here. Now keep in mind that cavalry is slowly coming back towards the army of the opponent. If I'm Myriad, or if I'm Daimyo right now, I delete these two stables and I just go straight in. Just take him. Looks like Myriad's gonna do it for him. There's a good number of units here for Myriad right now. The reinforcements are just so far away. That's the other thing to note. He's reinforcing back to his base. Vil's still doing a bit of a run around. Khan goes down. That scared me for a little bit. I thought we may have seen a snipe. Not the case. It's only the Khan. And he's just cleaning it up. He's just cleaning it up. Myriad, unfortunately, going down. And, I mean, this is just the consequence, right? When you talk about uncontested Mongol trade, this is scary. On a map this big, 172. Like, you keep in mind, for your 1v1s, you're looking at, like, maxing out at maybe 70, 75 gold per drop-off. This is 172 per drop-off, and that's just the gold. There's still other resources that are involved as well. Plenty of gold still left on the map to gather up, but it's not that efficient. I'll say that right now. This is a huge amount that's coming through. The Horde may not be golden today, but I tell you what, it's definitely looking... I was going to say it's looking golden. It's not golden, but it's looking golden. It's looking very good right now. It looks like it's probably going to get the gold place. Daimyo looking very strong in this game. The economy just way too powerful. He's now going to start pushing towards the enemy. Kurultai is out looking to assist. We got anything else that we could bring down? We could bring down the deer stones as well if he wanted to. A little bit of action on this south side as the Vils continue looking for a way to put down more outposts. He's just dotting the map with it. Can we look at his perspective? Actually, I don't want to go from his perspective. It might lag the game. Sometimes that will happen where the game lags when you drop the line of sight from these players. Is there a potential for a wonder? Daimyo's stacking up the resources. Have a look at this. He could do it if he wanted to. I don't think he needs to, though. I think he can finish this game the good old-fashioned way. What I'd love to see him do is actually move his infrastructure down a little bit closer. A huge amount of units. What are these units doing? These units are all streaming across over towards this position. He's just going to jump in on the reinforcement line. Myriad's got a lot of army out right now, but I just don't know where it is. It's like it's all streaming across the map. It's not cohesive. It's just all in little spots here. So it looks unlikely at this stage. With the Mongol army barreling down at you, I don't think there's really a prospect of like a snipe attempt that could work. There was a decent attempt by Myriad here, but it was just so quickly cleaned up. Daimyo now begins making his final push towards the destination of that king, that last king. Keep in mind, he doesn't actually need to kill the king. He can just go for the landmarks, or his opponent may resign. But now, the Mangudai, excuse me. The Mangudai firing off on the back once again. The Kurultai goes down, the big buffs coming through, the healing helping out a huge amount. Keep in mind, the Keshiks have got plenty of healing online already. Every time they hit, they're getting that damage in. More and more units rallying down from the fight. We see the Khan making his way across the field, and just the cleanup is happening. And the reality is Myriad knows what happens from here. He's losing villagers behind the scenes as well. Somewhere, villages are going down. He's down to 71, 68 villages. They're going down somewhere. The economy, he's losing it. There they are. There they are, the Keshiks. We've managed to find them after all this time, and they've found the villagers here. I think this could be it. How does he rebuild? He's down to 78 wood. He's got a lot of units in queue. But the truth is, the units from Daimyo are just not going to stop coming. How are the traders going, by the way? 53 traders still. Hasn't added in any more. Hasn't deleted any. And unfortunately for Myriad, it's just one of those things where it's like, the only walls that he's got are these walls in the back of his base. A little bit of stone walls would have gone a long way in this game. But Demu looks incredible, and that is it, ladies and gentlemen. Demu able to take the cake after 55 minutes, denying Myriad the victory, and he now walks into round number 2 with a very strong point position. Let's check in and see these graphs here at the end. We'll check in with the economy. You can see just how far ahead he was. A huge amount of economic units. Military-wise, was up and down throughout that entire game. But unfortunately, in the end, Demu came out on top, denying Myriad that victory. I'm sure he would have loved to have come out with it, but the English unable to do it. Demu on the Mongols picks up the victory. We'll catch you guys in the next one. Hopefully you've enjoyed game number 2 of Outback Octagon number 4. Thank you very much for watching.